IDPA is a pistol shooting sport designed around the philosophy of using practical, everyday carry equipment in simulated self-defense scenarios. Cross-training with your airsoft pistol is a great way to supplement live or dry fire training, especially when you take into consideration the cost of ammo these days and the scarcity of ranges where you can do dynamic and rapid-fire shooting drills. The first area where airsoft cross-training can be really beneficial is in your draw and first shot. For this drill, I've set up a target about 7 yards away, and all we're going to be doing is removing your concealment garment, getting a nice grip on the pistol, pulling it out, driving it forward, getting a good shooting grip, and one shot. Then return it to your holster and repeat. As you start to develop better speed and accuracy, you can push the target out farther or use a smaller target. At combat speed, it'll look like this. Okay, stand by. This is another great opportunity for you to start learning how to shoot your pistol with both eyes open. Another area where cross-training is really beneficial is in practicing, learning, and mastering 3 types of reloads. The first type of reload we're gonna try out today is the emergency reload. Basically what's gonna happen is you're gonna fire, your slide lock is gonna engage. When that happens, you drop the magazine, pick up a fresh one, in it goes, slide forward, and then you can re-engage. The second type of magazine change we're going to do today is what's called a reload with retention. So a reload with retention is you've decided that you want to reload, you remove the magazine, stow it on your person as per IDPA rules, grab a fresh one, and then you can re-engage. The third type of magazine change we can practice is called the tactical reload with retention. I don't know why they call it tactical, but whatever. This is actually the one that I practice the most because I find it's the most beneficial. So what happens is you decide that it's a good opportunity to reload. You grab your fresh magazine like so. You remove your old one like this, and you put your fresh magazine in, and then you're ready to engage. So we'll show all of those at combat speed. 1 BB into your magazine, holster, and then engage. One really important thing to remember is that if you're constantly just loading 1 BB into your magazine, it's easy to just kind of cheat this drill. So another thing you can really do to work on your emergency reload is to load a random number of BBs into your magazine. For example, right now I have no idea how many BBs are in the magazine that's loaded into the weapon right now, so I'll show you what that looks like. The reason why I choose to practice the tactical reload with retention the most is because if you are reloading, you should, if at all possible, be behind cover. And with the tactical reload with retention, I have the most magazines in my weapon at any given time. For example, I decide that it's a good idea to reload. I still have whatever remains in my magazine plus 1 in the tube. Until I go to change, the time when I only have 1 round in my weapon is the shortest it could possibly be with the tactical reload. Whereas if I do the reload with retention, I only have one round at my disposal, and this, because it's an airsoft gun, I can't even shoot it. There's no propellant. So for airsoft purposes, and even for real steel purposes that I can think of in my head, if you're going to do a tactical reload, reloading when you don't absolutely have to, the tactical reload with retention is probably your best bet. Cross training is also really beneficial in developing your dexterity and skill with one-handed shooting. So far, with all the speed drills I've been doing, I've been using a target that's about this big, roughly the size of the IDPA Zero box. For this drill, I'm going to use something a lot smaller because I really just want to work on accuracy and getting my hand used to dealing with the gun. When you're shooting these drills, remember your basic marksmanship skills and your fundamentals of shooting. Get a nice low, strong base, draw, drive out forward, squeeze and hold, let up on the trigger pressure until you hear that audible sear reset, and re-engage. Switch hands, same thing. Squeeze, obviously the recoil of an airsoft gun is way less than that of a real steel pistol, but developing these skills helps either way. The fourth area where airsoft cross-training will really help you is developing which flashlight hold works the best for you. A lot of the IPA stages are in complete blackout, so the only thing that will light your target and your weapon is your flashlight. I'm just going to go over quickly a few of the grips out there that people use commonly and which one works best for me. The first grip you see a lot is called the Surefire Grip or the Rogers grip, where you basically put your flashlight in your hand right here. You can turn it on with your thumb, or if you can, actuate a pressure switch with the pad of your hand. This grip doesn't really work well for me, but in theory, you're supposed to be able to get something that's very similar to your natural firing grip while still being able to light up your target. Another grip that people use commonly is the Harry's method. You see this a lot in movies, and it works really well with a Weaver stance. So if you're firing your weapon in a Weaver stance, kind of like, you know, your weak foot forward, driving your shoulder and your firing hand out and kind of pulling back with your offhand, the Harry's grip works really well. You basically hold the flashlight like this, and it supports your wrist. Developing your dexterity with one-handed shooting really helps with all of these flashlight grips because there's no grip that really replicates that good two-handed method of holding your pistol. So another method that people use is called the Ayub, which basically you hold your flashlight like this, put your offhand next to your shooting hand, and kind of nestle your thumbs in next to each other for that support. The last method, the method that I like to use the most, is basically like an Ayub, but you just hold with two fingers instead, and these last fingers wrap around your firing hand to give you a little bit of support like that. And it basically looks like that. So play with them, shoot with them. Remember, you have to do all of the things that you would normally do, like reload, run from cover, whatnot, manipulate your weapon with that flashlight. So figure out what works best for you. I usually just throw my flashlight in my mouth when I need to reload or do anything like that. The last area where cross-training is really beneficial to your IDPA game is developing and refining good footwork. A solid, low, and powerful foundation is an essential aspect of every fighting art, and pistol shooting is no different. So what I've done here is my target is behind the camera, and I've set up 2 lawn chairs for me to walk around. So I can practice moving right, moving left, forward, and backwards. When you're doing this drill, remember, stay low, keep your upper body smooth, and imagine you're kind of like a tank where your legs are doing a lot of the work and your upper body kind of stays like a turret. Shooting IDPA has helped me refine my own fighting style, and it's helped me develop consistency in my tactical problem solving. I hope these drills help you develop your own fighting style and develop consistency in your practical and tactical problem solving. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please share this with your friends, like, and comment. I'm Doc, and you're watching Dr. Medicine.
Don't make me destroy you.